If you can understand these 5 drills, you'll have the confidence to try any BJJ class and never fear the warm-ups again. In this video, I'm gonna be going over some of the universally used solo drills in Jiu Jitsu. I'm gonna be taking my 20 years of experience in Jiu Jitsu and teach you the warm-up drills that I've seen almost every BJJ gym use. The warm-up drills I'll be teaching you today are the same ones that I use at my academy and the ones that I've taught for the past 8 years in Jiu Jitsu. I'll be breaking these drills down into 3 categories of difficulty, but bear in mind, this is still everything a beginner can do. So we're gonna go beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and there's gonna be 2 sets of drills in each. So let's start with beginner. So like I said, these are all solo drills, so you can practice them by yourself at your home, at your academy's open mat if you have one and you're a beginner, or if you're trying Jiu-Jitsu for the first time or you're about to try Jiu-Jitsu for the first time, I highly recommend using these solo drills or practicing them before you go into your first class, and I believe it'll help a lot. Okay, so let's start in our beginner category, which is our break fall and our sprawl. So, break fall, we're gonna be in a standing position. Now what I wanna see, this is to protect you if you're falling down backwards towards the mat or on a harder surface, right? It's more like a motion to protect the body. And when you're getting taken down, someone's trying to wrestle you, someone's trying to bring you to the mat, right? This is a good way to protect yourself. So, key detail here, tucking the chin to the chest. The last thing we want is when we fall back, we don't want to smack our head on the mat. Don't want to smack the back of our head. So, I'm going to tuck chin to chest. Now, in order to practice this, I'm going to take a deep squat, and then I'm going to slowly round my spine. And when I round my spine, I create like a turtle shell. So it allows me to rock back instead of falling flat on my back like this. So look, the practice is here. Step 1, chin to chest. Squat, round the spine, fall, and then my hands come out. Let's go one more time here. So, tuck chin to chest, squat, round the spine, hands come out for base, and then I can come back up into a seated guard. I can stand up in base. Let's go a couple more times on this. Okay, you have your break fall. Now let's get into a stance and learn to sprawl. So, first and foremost with our stance, I have a lead leg and a trail leg. I like my power side, which is my right, to be my trail leg. Now, first things first, elbows in. We want to have a strong back in our stance. So I don't want to see a stance like this where our back is rounded. I want to bring my back straight and my legs low. When I'm moving in my stance, I don't want to walk one foot over the other, one foot past the other. It's always a slide, a shuffle, wherever I go. Now, our sprawl is going to look a little something like this. Step 1, level change. A level change is just going from higher in your stance to lower in your stance. Now, step 2, my hands are going to touch the mat, and then my legs are going to kick back, and I'm going to go almost into like a cobra sort of pose or a seal pose. Legs kick back, my chest comes up, and my hips stay down. My chest comes up so that the weight is mostly in my hips. If my chest were down like this, I wouldn't have weight going into my hips, making it less likely that I'm going to defend a shot with this sprawl. So, going from a different angle, I'm here, I'm in my stance, I level change, hands go down, legs kick back, just like so. Chest stays up, hips go down, and then I'm right back into my stance. If I'm here, level change, hands go down, legs kick back, hips go in, chest stays up. It's not a push-up. We're not doing a push-up on the mat when we do this. Make sure you're avoiding that, because you don't want to make your arms tired, and you want to keep the weight and the defense in the hips. So I'm here. Level change, hands down, sprawl. Then you can start combining it like so. All right, everyone, if you've made it this far into the video, I'm hoping you're enjoying it. I just wanted to give you some news. My brother and I opened our academy called All Ground Jiu Jitsu 9 months ago now. And pretty soon we'll be releasing our online academy called All Ground Online. All Ground Online is gonna provide a library of content for Jiu Jitsu. It'll give you master classes, it'll give you free content, it'll give you breakdowns. What we wanna do with All Ground Online is provide a way for people to learn and get better through an online academy. We want to make it almost the same exact experience as if you were to walk into our gym and learn from us in person. So if you're interested in diving deeper into jiu-jitsu and learning more from myself as well as my brother, we are going to be doing a special for the first 30 All Ground Online members, so check it out. All right, back to the video. Okay, moving into our intermediate category, which is going to be our forward rolls and our backward rolls. Let's first start with our forward rolls because I personally think they're a little more difficult to learn than the backward rolls. So, take a look. I'm gonna start, to make this simple, I'm gonna start on both knees. Now, what I want to do is I'm gonna lean towards my hands. So I'm almost creating a tabletop here. I'm gonna take one hand in between my legs. And whichever hand I take in between my legs, I'm gonna look in the opposite direction. So if I'm taking my right hand in between my legs, I'm gonna look towards my left, like so. Now after that, you wanna drive down towards your shoulder like you're laying down. Here. Once I get there, I'm gonna come up off my knees and I'm gonna kick myself over. I don't wanna be rolling straight over my head and neck when I'm doing a forward roll. So, hand tucks, I look away, I lift my butt and I roll through. Look away, lift my butt, roll through. Again, hands down. I tuck one arm, I look away from that arm. My shoulder goes down, my head is planted. I'm gonna lift, and then I'm gonna kick through and I'm gonna look back. Once you get that down, you can start doing your forward roll from standing. So, you'll take a stance. I like to roll to the inside of my legs again, but I like to keep my trail leg in back. So if I'm rolling towards my right shoulder, I'm gonna keep my left leg back. If I'm rolling towards my left shoulder, I'm gonna keep my right leg back. I don't want this leg to interfere when I start to roll. So I'm here. I'm in my stance. I'm gonna start to level change just like we did for our sprawl, and then I'm gonna tuck my hand and I'm gonna roll through. Just like that. See it from this position as well. I tuck my hand and I roll through. And then I can come back into my stance. Forward rolls down. Let's move on to our backward rolls. Like I said, I believe this is easier than the forward rolls, and I believe many people actually get this more intuitively than the forward rolls as well. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm here, seated. Now to make this as simple as possible, I'll turn this way. My head looks over one shoulder. Wherever I gaze over, which in this case is my right shoulder, I'm gonna be throwing my legs over to that side. So I gaze over my shoulder, and that's the same shoulder I'm gonna be throwing my legs over. Keep a rounded spine, keep that turtle shell, just like you did for your break fall, and then throw the legs in that direction. I kick, I throw the legs in that direction. If it was my left shoulder, I'd look over my left shoulder, and then I kick over in that direction. Just like so. And then, you can also do this one from standing, just like our forward rolls. You can come up, and then it's half of a break fall, and then add in that piece I just taught. So it's your break fall, but add in the piece I just taught. So look, I'm standing here. I'm gonna do my break fall, tuck my chin to my chest, squat, round my spine, look over one shoulder, kick the legs in the same direction. So, squat, round my spine, kick the legs in the same direction, and now I've done my forward or my backward roll. One more time. Okay, you've officially made it into the advanced portion, the last two warm-up drills that are gonna help you feel confident doing any BJJ class anywhere you go. Now, those two drills are gonna be our double leg drills, our heel, toe, knee, and then it's going to be our elbow escape or shrimp, and I'll kind of teach you the difference between the two. So, first, starting with our double leg, our heel, toe, knee, as I like to say it, because it's quite literal in that sense. Look, we'll take a stance here. My knees are down on the mat. I'm gonna take one leg up to my heel. Now, I'm gonna start to go down to my toes. And then I'm gonna lean into a lunge position and I'm gonna drag my knee all the way to the mat, and I'm just gonna let my left leg or my trail leg drag behind me. Common mistakes that beginners make is as they start to come to their front knee, they step this other leg up. I do not wanna see this. A wrestling accurate representation would be knee down, back leg drags. So look, I step one leg up, heel, toe. I start leaning into my lunge. I'm gonna drive all the way through to the knee. Watch my back leg just drags. My knee hits. Now I bring my hips up and I bring my other leg up as well. And then I can go to the opposite side. So I would do my left leg next. Again, I bring my leg up, heel, toe, lunge. I slide, my knee hits the ground, hips come up, leg comes in, just like so. Now I can do alternating sides. I'm gonna do it coming towards you. Heel, toe, knee, up, heel, toe, knee, up. That's our double leg. Let's go over it a few more times.
That.
Okay, now you have your double legs. Let's go over the most common solo warm-up drill in Jiu Jitsu, probably worldwide, and that's our elbow escape or shrimp. There's a difference to me. The elbow escape and the shrimp are different, and let me show you what I consider the difference. So our elbow escape is gonna be from a position where we're laying on our back. I'm gonna sit down now. I always have one leg up, one leg down. My elbows are tight and my frames are up. I don't have my arms like this. I don't have my elbows like this. Elbows tight, frames up. Now, what I want to do is I'm gonna take my back side or my leg that's up, and instead of being flat on my foot to the mat like this, I'm gonna come up to the toes, like so. Now, I'm gonna look into the direction that my leg is down. So I'm gonna turn towards that side like I'm rolling over in bed. Now, all I wanna do is push off my leg that's up, and I wanna take my bottom knee to my bottom elbow. At the same time, I curl my upper body in, and I shoot my hips out towards the back side. And now look, I straighten out, and then I switch sides. Left leg is now up, right leg is now down. I'm off my heel, I'm gonna turn towards this side, I'm gonna drag knee and elbow together on that bottom side, and my hips are gonna go out as I engage my core and fold myself in. Roll over, hips go out, knee and elbow connects, and then I can straighten, and now I'm alternating, side to side, right side, left side, right side, left side. So let me show you a little bit of how it looks when we're going through. So, one leg up, one leg down. I roll over onto my side, I'm up off my heel, I'm pushing, I'm engaging my core, my hips are going out, my knee and elbow are connecting. The knee that just connected to the elbow, that's now gonna be the top leg. I flatten my back, one leg up, one leg down. Always alternating sides. Heel off the mat, turn, knee and elbow together. Let's go through it a little faster for you. And that's kind of what it would look like in real time. So let me tell you the difference now between our elbow escape and our shrimp. The elbow escape is one of our fundamental defenses or escapes from mount to get back to our guard. A shrimp is similar, but both legs come in now. So I'm on my back, and rather than being one leg up, one leg down, I'm gonna have both legs up, and again, I'm gonna take my heels off the mat. Now, imagine a shrimp swimming. That's kind of the way you're moving your body down this mat or up the mat. So, my hips come up, my lower back is off the mat. I'm gonna drive them out towards one side. I'm gonna still roll over in bed like I did in the last time. Rolling over in bed, I'm slightly bridging, and then I'm pushing off my feet and driving my hips out, and again, engaging my core. Now, instead of one leg coming up and one leg straightening, like our elbow escape, both legs straighten. Now I bring it back, legs come in, I roll to one side, both legs straighten, and I curl my body in. Now that is your shrimp, and that's the difference between an elbow escape and a shrimp. Now you know some of the 5 most common drills used at BJJ gyms. Now, some people don't include wrestling, so you might not do a sprawl. You might not do your double leg. One thing that I can almost guarantee you is that you will do your elbow escape or a shrimp. If you want to take more time to practice these moves, go back into the video, practice more of these warm-up drills, and build that confidence. Maybe you haven't even stepped into a jiu-jitsu gym yet, and this is your calling. This is me saying, it's time, you are ready, be confident, you learned your warm-up drills, you learned the solo drills, you can walk into a BJJ gym and do just fine. And if you're already at a gym and you're already training, but you're a beginner, this is also for you because I want you to be able to be confident. Maybe you're doing those warm-up drills and there's blue belts, brown belts, purple belts, black belts, right? And they're all doing it fast, and you kind of want to keep at that level. You don't want to slow anyone down. You get in your head and you get nervous about all these things. Practice these drills on your own. Go back to your gym and be confident when you're doing those warm-ups. Like I said, most likely you're going to have to do the elbow escape. Most likely you're going to have to do the shrimp. So get practice there. It's also a good move because it's used, that movement is used in a lot of our escapes from bottom mount. So practice that as much as you can. Even if you're starting to get more high level, you can never focus on the basics of the fundamentals too much. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and ask me some questions. I'll make sure to get back to you. My goal is to spread jiu-jitsu to everyone. It changed my life. I'm in love with it, and I hope to do the same for you as beginners, or if you're watching this video and you're a little more advanced, for you as well.